Hello, my name is Ilona and today is Tuesday, March 4th, 2025. And in this video, I'm going to take a look at a few countries. And of course, I won't be needing my laptop as often, so that's why I'm doing it this way, so you can actually see the cards. I've got a new microphone next to me, so hopefully it will be less hollow or less shallow. So we'll have to wait and see. Let me know what you think of the sound. I'm still working things out, but I actually tried it yesterday in my Dutch live and it went quite well. So I'm quite happy with it, but we'll have to see how this will go. And in the first country I'm going to take a look at, in my Dutch video, I've taken a look at the Netherlands, Belgium and Germany. I will make sure there will be subtitles so you can actually watch that video if you're interested in that. In this video, I'm going to take a look at 3 other countries. I want to take a look at Romania. Something very interesting has happened there and I just want to take a look what the energy is. I want to take a look at Canada. Someone asked me about what is going on there, of course, with our the puppet running around there. And I want to take a look at the United States of America. See what's going on there. It's going to be very interesting today because Mr. T is going to speech. And I think he's going to say very interesting things. But we'll just have to wait and see what the energy is for America. And that's more a general energy. But first I want to take a look at Romania. Because Georgescu was actually chosen by the people, but apparently the European Union were against it and they just said it was invalid. So he was picked to be the first round, I believe, for the presidential voting. And he was just put on the sidelines. Very interesting. So I just want to they even took him in for a while and then they released him again because there were a lot of people in Romania not very happy. Yeah, this is about choices. Making choices from the heart or making choices from the brain. You know, what will you use? Will you choose truly from the heart or not? And I think the people there, made this decision, but it wasn't in line with the narrative. So we're just going to see what is the energy now in Romania. What is going on in Romania? We've got people are waking up. Well, yes, let's see. Yes, you can see the card. We see the central card is the 8 of Cups. People are moving away from this. They don't want this anymore. We see the Whiteheads in the past, the Knight of Wands. We see the 9 of Swords. There is a lot of anxiety happening, stress. We see the 2 of Swords for the near future, the future. And we see the 10 of Swords. So ultimately, there will be a decision made. But for now, the situation as it is now is to wake up people. And a lot of people are standing up. I shared some clips on Telegram as well. A lot of people in the streets not accepting this, what's happening. Moving away from the old. That's the 8 of Cups. This is a moving away card. Making a conscious choice to leave behind what has been, not wanted to work with that anymore. This leads to stress, obviously, a lot of anxiety for a lot of people, what's going on. Let's face it, the European Union apparently is just deciding that certain voting in a country is just invalid. It's very, very strange. So this is a lot of anxiety. What is going on? Why do they have the right to decide that? It's an interesting thing, but this is waking up people. That's what this is about, waking up people. And there first probably won't be a really choice made with the 2 of Swords. It looks like they don't really know what to do with this, but ultimately a decision will be made, a very radical decision. So we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen there. But something obviously is happening there, that it's waking up people. And I think ultimately that there's going to be an end what's been going on. And it wouldn't surprise me ultimately that Georgescu will have a role in that, in what's going on in Romania and how they will end up in what circumstances with the president and things like that. So we'll have to kind of wait and see what's going to happen there, but they're moving away from this. The people in Romania are not accepting this anymore. Like I said, the 2 of Swords. So it looks like there's not a choice made yet, or they're not really sure. And I'm talking about the dark energies there, what to do now. But there will be a radical change happening. Like it's going to be very suddenly abrupt. And I think it will has to do with ending, of course, all these narratives by the dark energy. So I do think ultimately this will just help people to wake up there, and it's necessary for people also to stand up. I also emphasized that in my Dutch video. Here in the Netherlands, we have a few cities that want to become 15-minute cities, and of course the city councils are pushing it through. It's happening, of course, also in London it has happened, or at least they tried, and around the world, or in Europe, I think maybe also in America in certain cities, I'm not sure about that, but they're trying here, at least in the Netherlands, to make these 15-minute cities. It's all part of course, the WEF agenda, the dark energies agenda, to keep you all locked up in like this very small zone, and you have to do everything within 50 minutes. You don't own a car anymore. You'll just have to bike or use your legs or whatever. It's really very keeping people in place. And someone was actually in a reaction under one of my videos wondering, well, what's going to happen? Because they're just pushing this through, and you're saying one thing and they keep pushing this through. So I'm emphasizing as well, and I've emphasized that in my Dutch video, it's up to us to do something about it as well. It's not that we have to lay back, oh, well, the whiteheads are going to take care of that. It's about waking up. It's about taking our own responsibility and our own accountability. If there's something happening in our environment and we feel like, of course, you have to connect with your intuition if it's something you want to do, because it's ultimately your energy, and see where you want to focus on. But if you really feel very strongly about that, do something about it. Contact the city councils. It has happened in other countries, other cities here as well. Amersfoort was also a city here in the Netherlands. They wanted to do this, and it completely failed because nobody was cooperating. So it's very important for us, in whatever situation we are in, that we do speak out and say something if it, of course, feels connected with our, our inner intuition. But it's important that we also have an active role, not just a passive role, not just observe. It's also important that if we feel like, well, we need to do something about this because it's affecting us, then of course that we do start something, we do use our energies. So this is in Romania happening. I also want to take a look at Canada. What is going on there? Because in London, there was a meeting, of course, with what happened with Mr. Z, who was thrown out of the White House, and he came to Great Britain and London, and there a lot of European leaders were meeting. Also, Mark Rutte from NATO was there, but also I believe from Canada was there. What was he doing there? It's very strange. I thought it was just European leaders, but no, NATO was there as well, and apparently the one who runs Canada was running around there as well. So it was interesting to see. So let's see Canada. What is going on there? We've got Whitehead influences, the King of Wands. I can put him even closer. We've got this Seven of Cups. That's the central card. So there's a lot of confusion going on. We've got the Fool in the past. We've got the Devil underneath the Seven of Cups. So they're still trying to have some... It's really between the dark energies and the Whiteheads here. So that leads to confusion in the middle. For the near future, we have the Eight of Pentacles and we have the Two of Swords. So there's a lot of working going on, but like I said, this is very interesting. We have Whitehead influences and we have dark energies influences, and this leads to the central card of confusion. A lot of confusion going on, but I find it very interesting that the Whiteheads are, up, the first card there. So I do believe they have the upper hand, but there's still a lot of confusion going on there. Working hard on a lot of things, but the confusion won't be lifted anytime soon. There's still going to be confusion with the Two of Swords. It's like not really a choice is being made. I also read that he, the one that's running the show there, so-called show there in Canada, has now decided that Mexico is on a certain list, that he actually complied with what Mr. T wanted. Very interesting that he's now following along the line of Mr. T. But we've got the Two of Swords, so he's kind of following along. And I think that it's still confusing, because sometimes he will do something completely opposite, like be there at London, to apparently meet with Mr. Z as well. Let's face it, that's what the reason that this meeting was happening, and to make sure that they were in a way standing behind him, but also kind of pushing him to make up with Mr. T again. It's an interesting thing that's happening. But we see here for Canada working hard, but it's still not going to show immediately what direction they'll be taking. But there is a lot of confusion. We've got white-hat influences. I believe they are the first, because it's the first card. They are with the biggest influences. But still, the dark energies are going to twist and turn. And it's, like I said, we also working towards something. So certain agendas need to be rolled out so people see it, and people will get the opportunity, of course, to wake up and to become aware of what's going on. So that's what's happening in Canada. And then I also want to take a look, of course, at the United States of America. What's going on there? So much is happening there. It's almost impossible to keep up. I also shared something about Bondi, I believe, the new AG, who is also behind the list. They really want to make that list public from a certain island, and they really are working hard. So I do think it will come out, but like I've mentioned before, it has to do in phases. It is necessary that it's done in a certain way to make sure that everyone fully understand what's going on. And if you bring out something too soon, a lot of people will reject it and won't be able to handle it. So I'm going to take a look at the United States of America. What is the energy there? Oh, we've got two cards. See, the choice is made. Lover's card and the the Page of Cups. So there's an opportunity for the American people to make choices from the heart, to see things differently. This is the Ten of Wands. This is the central card. So there is still a lot of things going on. Needs to be cleared. We also see here the Ten of Swords at the back of the deck. So the two tens, I do believe this is like the ending cycle. We've got the Ace of Wands in the past. And I do believe it probably stands for, of course, what happened with Mr. T now. Returning to the White House, that's like a new energy. We've got the King of Pentacles, the influence on the Ten of Wands. We've got the Temperance card in the past. I'm sure in the future, with the Three of Swords. So there's a lot of things happening. I believe there are now opportunities given to make a choice from the heart for the American people to start to see what has been going on, how oppressed they are. All these systems, all this corruption, all these dark energies are being shown now, and people are truly beginning to understand, not just in America, because a lot of people are watching America. Obviously, I'm watching it as well, but it's so clear now how much they've been suppressed. And of course, this has been happening worldwide. All these systems are everywhere in place. So this is now being shown, the Ten of Wands. Also, it's a significator for me that the dark energies are in panic, because this is also running around a chicken without a head card. So people are starting to realize how awful this system is, and the dark energies are panicking and don't really know what to do. They're doing the strangest things, which just makes things more ridiculous and more visible to the rest of the world and to the people in America. I believe that this is also a part of the Mr. T administration working hard to bring things open, show things. What's happening with Elon and Doge, it's so obvious now. This is like a businessman. Well, maybe it's suitable for Elon or maybe other people as well, but it's really showing what's been going on, rolling out a plan, showing people, so they're starting to understand, and they can make choices from their heart when they finally understand what's been going on for so long. For the near future, we have the Temperance card, more and more balance, but also very old things, old pains, maybe a certain list, maybe certain files are being opened. Other things are coming out. I do believe that a lot of things concerning what has been happening the past 5 years are going to come out as well. But all pain, and there needs to be healing. So it needs to be shown. People need to be aware of what's going on. And this will, of course, will have an effect on the rest of the world as well when things are coming out there. So this is going to be very important for really not just America, but also for the rest of the world. So there's so much going on here, but it's really important people starting to see what's been done to them for so long. And of course, this is happening worldwide. And this will lead to healing. Old pains will be healed. But this is, it's a very beautiful, intense energy right now. And I do think we are in very intense months ahead of us. And but this will ultimately just lead to new way of thinking, new world, new system, something completely different than what we're used to. This oppression will be leaving. We won't be feeling that as humanity anymore. And the dark energies, well, they will have to go. They won't be able to stay in that energy because it's too high for them. And they want low frequencies. So they're going to starve then. This is what I've got for the United States of America, and hope to see you in another video. Bye.